welcome to the Treehouse. This is Kag with the View from Above Tarot reading for Wednesday, August 14th, 2024. Today we are going to do a 9-card reading, the 9+1 reading, looking at the present, the challenge, and the wisdom. And then the 10th card is the Merryweather card. This reading will be for the collective. And so take what resonates for you and leave the rest. I'm going to be using the Radiant Wise Tarot today. And I have deeply shuffled these cards before I started the video so that you don't have to sit through me shuffling for the length of time that I typically do. So the Radiant Wise deck is nicknamed the Queen of Pentacles deck because this one tends to be a little sharper. I call her the Queen of Swords. So when court cards come up in a reading, some people read them that these are other people in your lives, and sometimes they are. But the way that I read the cards, the different personalities for the various court cards are really aspects of our own personality. So that's the initial way that I read the court cards. Sometimes it's pretty obvious that it's somebody else, but usually it is some aspect of ourselves that we're talking about. So let's start with the present, and we'll look at the challenge and the wisdom, or the advice, although I guess all the cards are sort of advice, and the Merryweather card on the bottom. Okay, so let's begin with the present. And the present is that Queen of Wands. So speaking of queens, the Queen of Wands is the go-get-em girl. She is the most positive of the queens, outgoing, confident, popular. She is everybody that we wanted to be. And there's her sunflower there. It is the sunflower. Indicates the sun card, which is a giant yes. This is somebody, this is the part of you that has all the confidence and ready to rock on with your bad self, right? To quote another podcaster that I listen to, she's got the confidence to do whatever it is that she has in mind to do. Wands are the suit of determination and will and desire. And so that is who is representing you this morning as we look at these cards. The challenge is this new enterprise. Now, yesterday we talked a little about the Fool's Journey beginning, this new cycle. And the Ace of Pentacles is that card as well. It is an opportunity for something brand new, something that is really positive and helpful to your life here on the earthly plane. There is one caution about the Ace of Pentacles, and that is that you're going to have to work to get it. It's not going to be just handed to you, even though that is what it looks like, is that the hand of the holy is handing you this opportunity. And that is the truth. There's the old story that God will be in the boat with you, but God doesn't row. And so that is kind of the wisdom around getting this card. Where you are as this card unfolds is you are in the garden, and those roses are white, which means they are the bloodless roses. This is a gift that has nothing manifest in the real world. And in order to do that, you're going to have to go down that path and through the garden gate. You can see the red flowers, the red roses on the garden gate, which means it becomes something in this reality. And in the very background, you can see the brown mountains of your highest potential. So whatever this is a great opportunity. And it looks like it is coming on top of you being your most confident self. So the advice for this is a second ace. Wow, that's great. So the Ace of Swords is a burst of clarity, a burst of logic, a burst of knowing from an intellectual perspective and from a verbal perspective what it is that you need to do. And I want to point out these brown mountains of potential in the back of that card as well. And also the hand of the holy handing you this wisdom, this idea, this thought, this is how I'm going to do it. Swords, wands are the cards of a brilliant idea. The swords are the cards of the planning and the logic, and this is how we are going to go about this. And the pentacles are about the execution of that. One other thing about the aces to point out is there are those yads again. There are 6 of those yads, the little leaves that are coming from the laurel at the top of that crown. And that gives us a little pointer to the 6th card of the major arcana, which is the Lovers, which is also known as the choice card. And when I think of the Lovers and the choice, it is about choosing our higher self. It is about choosing integrity for ourselves. And so there's a little flavor of that in this, how I'm going to do this opportunity that we're about to embark on. So let's look at ourselves today as we embrace our Queen of Wands, the 3rd ace, the Ace of Cups, which is the card of your higher self. It is the card of the wisdom within, the divine within you. And there are 5 streams of water, which are your emotions coming from this cup. And they represent the wands, the swords, the cups, and the pentacles, along with the Spirit, another hand of God. This is emotional well-being. This is connection with your higher self. We have to talk about vocabulary here. When we talk about God, or we talk about the holy, we talk about spirit guides, angels, all that sort of thing is all a vocabulary issue from one belief system to another. So don't be frightened when you hear somebody talk about spirit guides or whatever. We talk about angels, right? And we don't have a problem in this culture with talking about angels. When somebody talks about spirit guides, we can get a little twitchy about that. So I'll have to make a let me explain video about that too going forward. The 8 of Swords, wow, is an antithetical card to these two. And this is being caught in your own negative beliefs, which is interesting that it's coming up with the Queen of Wands. So watch out for this card, because this is the card of I have no options, which really is not making any sense when you've got the Queen of Wands, misconfidence here, and your connection to your higher self. So this is a fear card that you have power over. She's wrapped up in those bindings, but they're pretty loose. She can wiggle out of those if she wants to. And while these swords are stuck in the ground, there's nothing behind her. There's no sword behind her. She can turn around and walk right out of there. She can take that blindfold off. Is there something you're not seeing, maybe, as you look at this project going forward? Is there somebody that you might want to talk to about that? Whether this is I don't know how to do this. I don't know how, like you're missing some piece of information, right? Swords are about logic and truth. And so maybe there's somebody to talk to that you need some more information from. And maybe that is what is kind of clouding the confidence in the Queen of Wands today. You maybe need some more information. So let's look at this challenge, this new opportunity that's coming to you. And a great card. So here's a reappearance of the King of Swords from yesterday's reading. The King of Swords is the guy who knows both sides of an issue. And so while I said just a few moments ago, frequently these cards are aspects of ourselves, sometimes these cards are somebody outside. And if you've got a new project, you may need some advice from an accountant. You may need some advice from a lawyer. You may need somebody who has some wisdom and knowledge about something you do not have in order for this opportunity to go forward. The Four of Wands is a really happy card. This is, while it is somewhat temporary, it is a celebration. And so the opportunity to have this project going forward has some temporariness to it. So perhaps you need to make a move in a reasonable amount of time in order to bring this into fruition. And that may require some wisdom from somebody else. So now we actually have all of the suits present here. We've got the wands, we've got the cups, we've got the swords, and we've got the pentacles. Really a great opportunity in front of you here. So let's look at the other advice. Remember that I indicated this particular card from the Sword of Truth and Wisdom up there. And the Eight of Pentacles, which is the card of mastery, the card of the work. He's the master working on his project. So as you apply the wisdom and the truth and the logic from the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords on your new project and the Ace of Pentacles, you are cautioned to choose your higher self, right? Choose your higher self here. Sometimes it is a trap to go looking for the quick result, and it isn't going to be easy, right? Here's our card of working hard, the Eight of Pentacles. He has a mastery there, and two eights also. Eights are commitment cards. Eights are cards of commitment. So if you are going to take on this project, it is going to require commitment. It's going to require you to choose your higher self, right? The higher ground, to not take the easy route out. That this opportunity is going to be present to you for probably a temporary period of time, and you do need some other kind of perspective on what you need to do to go forward. But you have the confidence to do that. You have the connection with your higher self in both of these places. You've got truth, wisdom, and logic, and the opportunity is there in front of you. This is the self-doubt. My guess is that this person will be able to resolve that for you, and you can get back to work on this project. Wow, what a great reading. 3 aces. That doesn't happen very often. That is extremely positive and extremely powerful. So let's look at the bottom of the deck. And we have the third 8. The third 8 card. Again, as I said, 8s are commitment. And this fellow is going up the mountainside so that he can look back and see what it is that he's missing in order to move on to the Knight of Cups. The Nine of Cups, which is the wish card. So he is missing something. And we can confirm that by our King of Swords here and this sort of trapped thinking here. So what a great reading for today, for Wednesday, the 13th, especially when we think about it coming after yesterday's reading for something beyond that conflict. So this is the reading for today. And if you did like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And I invite you to come back again tomorrow for another reading from the View from Above Tarot here at the Treehouse. And in the meantime, blessings.